Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Jeannie Badgett. She's a Senior Extension Associate for Clothing, Textiles, and Household Equipment for the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Program. Today you are talking to us about silk pillowcases. Now, these are something that I have seen online and in stores. You always seem to be in the know with the latest trends. Jeannie, why are silk pillowcases so special?
And what makes them special is the fiber type. That silk pillowcases are made of something other than cotton, what our normal pillowcases are made of. And also, I want to briefly talk about that with the fiber type of silk pillowcases. So typically they are made of silk, which is a natural protein fiber that comes from the silkworm. And the way that it's made from the silkworm, it's one long continuous strand of a fiber that is very smooth and long. And because of that, when it is woven together to create the silk pillowcase, that makes it shiny and smooth.
Now, Jeannie, what makes them different from regular pillowcases?
Mhm. Well, along with the fiber type, and again, we're talking about a silk fiber versus a cotton fiber, the way that they're woven together, silk pillowcases are usually a woven fabric, which means it doesn't stretch like a knit fabric. But these pillowcases, when they're woven together, there are different weave styles or weave types. And depending on how they're woven together, they're going to feel very smooth and silky. But I do want to make a note that even though there are silk pillowcases labeled as silk pillowcase, sometimes that fiber content is actually could be polyester or nylon, and it's just referred to silk because of the way it's woven and the fact that it's made of a long strand of fiber.
Some of the claims that I have seen say that they help with anti-aging, they can help with bedhead, frizz. They really work.
Mhm. Yeah. In general, most consumer tests do say that they do meet those claims, mostly with your hair, because the silk pillowcases are made from those smooth fibers and create a surface that doesn't drag on your hair, so your hair will slide over it. It creates a slick surface. So there isn't that friction that you might get from a regular cotton pillowcase. So, yes, some people do wake up with smoother hair that's less frizzy. As far as the anti-aging claim, I think what that's really about is that when people put on facial moisturizers or night creams and that sort of thing, that silk pillowcase isn't going to absorb all of the moisturizers and moisture off of your skin like a cotton pillowcase would. So that in that case, more of that moisture will stay on your skin, which certainly younger, more youthful skin is usually more moisturized.
All right, Jeannie, anything else that we should know?
There is one thing when purchasing silk pillowcases, the way they're advertised to the consumer. Usually there'll be a measurement on the label. With regular sheets, we're used to seeing thread count, a term of thread count. And usually that we think the higher the thread count, the better. It isn't always the case. Usually around a 300 thread count is a good place to start. With silk pillowcases, there'll be something called mummy or abbreviated MM. And this mummy measurement refers to the weight of the silk for a specific measurement. Typically, pillowcases will have between 19 to 22 mummy for a silk pillowcase. Sometimes you'll see it as high as 30. So that's just for a frame of reference. And then last but not least, cleaning your silk pillowcases. Ideally, you'd want to wash your silk pillowcases once a week. Side note, some people will change their pillowcase every day, but for most people, we say once a week, but wash it whenever you can. To wash it, follow the instructions that are on the tag, but if there aren't any instructions, it's good to wash it inside out, and on a gentle cycle with mild detergent, and then you can either let that pillowcase air dry or dry it on a very low temperature in the dryer. But definitely check the care label for that.
All right, Jeannie, great information on silk pillowcases. And I do believe that we have an information release through Cooperative Extension if someone would like more information on silk pillowcases. Thank you for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we will see you next time.